Cancer, you're going to see somebody emotionally express themselves in a way that you didn't think was going to happen. They might cry or show some frustration, or there's a moment of vulnerability. And it feels a little bit jarring at first, but I got that you get some kind of satisfaction from the veil being pulled back, or a mask being removed, or somebody finally opening up to you. This could be a friend who opens their heart to you, and you suddenly realize we're a lot closer than I thought we were, or I'm glad this person trusts me. It could be a family member. There could be someone who regrets something or has some remorse. It could be in a love connection. Maybe even unexpectedly a stranger at work. I'm not sure what it is for everyone, but it's a significant moment for you, okay? It feels like it comes from a moment of frustration. And I wrote down, for crying out loud. It's like somebody gets super frustrated and it's like, for crying out loud, but then they actually start to cry out loud, or they express something out loud, okay? I also got that there's something that has been kind of frozen in the energy. But Spirit's showing me this ice cream image, and I don't know what this is all about. It's really bright pink ice cream. And it's almost as if whatever was frozen initially felt cold and disconnected, or something that was not pleasant. But then that whatever was frozen starts to feel satiating. I don't know. It starts to feel desirable, like I don't know what this ice cream is all about. Hold on, let me sit with this. Oh, weird. The ice cream, there's something in the middle of it. You're putting your finger in it. Yeah, something that was frozen begins to melt. Oh, maybe this is what the discovery is. Begins to melt. And it's like a cherry, but it could be, a cherry is just a symbol that Spirit's showing me. It could be anything that you find in something that was frozen. It begins to melt, and it's like you could put your finger in it now, and you discover something that was inside. Because the very first thing I got is an important discovery is made just when things begin to fade. Some energy's faded out, but now it's going to revitalize itself because you're making a discovery. Something begins to melt. Okay, and I also got that now's a time to be brave. Maybe it's this person who's melting, right? Like they were cold as ice or something, and now they melt, and you can see what's really inside. I don't know why Spirit's showing it to me as an ice cream, though. That's kind of strange. Okay. So let's get into the cards and see what this message is all about for you. So let's see. Well, it could also, I'm also getting like I scream. Yeah, somebody's having an emotional expression of some sort, okay? And it's really going to take you by surprise. Okay, what is this reading all about for Cancer? Oh yeah, I was going to use that. Loss and love. Okay. That came out for Scorpio yesterday. Maybe that's what's been fading. It feels like love is fading. Let me get the overall theme. Earthing. Grounding, centering, and connection. Yeah, see how she's vulnerable here. Somebody's about to get vulnerable. It's going to reveal something about your connection to this person, or maybe just your connection to emotions in general, or how you feel about a certain situation. You need to be brave. Okay, let's go in further. Spirit, let me get some structure here. What is the energy that is supporting Cancer? Success? It looks like an alchemist here. So yeah, I feel like you have alchemized something. It's faded out. Maybe your care around what someone feels, or you've shifted tracks a little bit in your mind. You've done some alchemization. You've healed something. You've created success in your life. Even after a loss, maybe because of a loss, you've catapulted yourself into success. You use that energy of disappointment, of hurt, of pain, and decided to do something with it rather than to let it take you under. Yes. Okay, tell me about the energy challenging Cancer. Betrayal. Well, certainly that's a challenge. Betrayal in love. Okay. Well, I'm going to find out more, but that's pretty clear about the energy challenging you. Let's find out more about this. What is Spirit talking about with earthing, grounding, centering, and connection? What energy is this coming through as? What is this? For Cancers. Fire ant and horse. You've freed yourself from some kind of attachment. It's almost as if there was something in the past, or maybe this is someone else, so you place the roles where they need to go. But it's as if there was some thing you were just drawn to. Like I'm seeing this as like sugar or something tantalizing for the ants, and they're all just like gravitated towards this. Like an addiction or an obsession or a rumination of some sort, something that wouldn't heal or wouldn't resolve itself. You grounded yourself to get out of some kind of cycle, okay? And you freed yourself from it with the horse. You have some direction now that's coming from your higher self. You also broke out of some kind of routine. You're running wild. You've definitely matured in your energy. And this is noted, like Spirit is seeing a massive change in you. The alchemization, your success, you successfully changed something in your energy, Cancer. You went from being a fire ant, no dissing on fire ants, but with the collective, really involved in collective energy, really concerned about the tribe, what everybody else was doing, I don't know when this was, could have been recently, could have been years ago, but you were really enraptured in this kind of energy. You were drawn to like something that felt like it was not in your control, to now totally free. That's a huge transformation. After being betrayed in love and after experiencing some loss possibly in your career. Now, I don't know where everyone is on the timeline. Maybe this is something that you're still feeling like you can't break away from. And if you do feel like that right now, then freedom is on its way. It's coming. That sense of autonomy and agency, like I don't need to be involved in this. I don't need to do this. I don't need to be spending all my time sucked into whatever emotion this is or problem this is. So Spirit, before I keep going, I would like to know what has faded and what is this discovery that's going to be made? Yeah, let's use these cards. What has faded? Oh, here's the ice. Winter's bone, reflection, transformation, and rebirth. Well, this feeling of isolation or this feeling of introspection, this feeling of needing to go within. Just as something begins to fade, an important discovery is made. Okay, what is the discovery? Karmic web, troubles, misfortune, and amends. You may learn of someone else's misfortune here For crying out loud, right? Somebody's upset. Somebody has an outburst. Somebody divulges something to you. Someone feels trapped in a karmic web. Now, this could be you with yourself. You could discover something that was karmic for you, and you're like, whoa, I can break out of this cycle. I see how this is karma. And by karma, I mean cause and effect. Something you did created a certain kind of energy in your life, and now you're realizing that you can change this for yourself now that you realize the root of it. Okay? I'm noticing both of these cards have purple in it, which is a sign of magic and intuition and higher self. Or there's a realization, a discovery about someone else's karma, their troubles. Perhaps this person wants to make amends. I don't know. But they're definitely expressing something to you just as you're starting to come out of this place of feeling forgotten, lost, abandoned, cold, introspective, isolated, misunderstood. But also this place that you were in, this dark night of the soul kind of energy, this was a place of creativity, of self-reflection, and massive growth. It was absolutely necessary for you to be here, but it's beginning to fade, this energy, because you've transmuted it. You're growing, you're grounding. You freed yourself. This betrayal, the sting of betrayal is beginning to fade, or it will. And then an important discovery is made about karma. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit. Seeing things for what they are. Wow, Cancer. What a gift that is. So many of us get wrapped up in fantasy and illusion, delusion, desire. You know, we have rose-colored glasses. And it really takes a lot of bravery and self-knowing and trust for us to break away from those desires, those illusions that are protecting our heart or protecting our ego, depending on what it is. You know, that's why we're not seeing things clearly, is because it would be too painful if we did. Or maybe we just don't have the knowledge we need. So you're wiser and you're stronger, and now we see things for what they are. So congratulations, because that's what frees you. And then we have staying alive, and it's coming out in reverse. Interesting. The ice cream melting, discovering something in the middle. Well, the ice cream will melt. You know, it won't stay in that way forever. It will always melt if it's not in the freezer, right? So if you take it out and you look at it, you scoop it, you know, and you say, okay, I'm going to have this now in front of me. It will always melt, and you'll always discover what's at the center, if anything is there. It won't always be frozen. You, in your winter's bone, you won't always be frozen. Or maybe somebody else's emotions. So staying alive, I'm taking as maybe you thought something would stay frozen, but it's not. It's actually melting. Like death, you know, decaying, transmuting, transforming, revealing, allowing for the rebirth to actually happen. It's interesting the way this is coming through. Seeing things for what they are. You realize that now. Oh, I have this, it's like this person holding their head. I have this strange feeling here. I feel like somebody's like this, like their head is in their hands. They're having a realization. Okay, an important discovery is made just when things begin to fade. Now, it could also be that this person, whoever we're talking about, again, could be you with yourself, could be you with someone else. I don't know, okay? So I'm just going to read it as I see it. But you translate it as you need it, okay? So this person could be making the important discovery of their own karma just as they begin to feel your energy fade and transform and slip away. and they realize that they can't keep something alive. Maybe a connection between the two of you, or something that they were convincing themselves of. They're actually seeing something for what it is. Okay? So let's get in with the tarot and see what else Spirit wants to say about this message for you, Cancer. What does Cancer need to hear and know for their highest good and the highest good of all? Regardless of whether somebody else is finally understanding something, regardless of that, you are definitely grounding yourself in the possibilities of the here and now, rather than locating your manifestations with a past energy. Rather trying to work through something in the past. You're in the here and now. You're the horse. 100%. You're the horse. You're free. You're moving forward. You're running wild. There's success for you. So Spirit really wants you to accept how far you've come and congratulate you on that. Be proud of yourself. It wasn't easy after betrayal, but you did it, and you're doing it. And this information about another, which is not for all of you, but some of you, is here as kind of extra information. Okay? It's the main point of the reading is you and what you're moving towards. 10 of Cups. This is your overall energy. Possibility of happiness, long-term happiness. No wonder your energy is beginning to fade out of the winter's bone. You're heading towards the 10 of Cups, or you're already experiencing it. Okay, this is beautiful. Let's see. Now, again, I can hear some of you. I know you're in the thick of things and you're going through something. Take this as a timeline reading then, that this is what's ahead on the timeline for you. If you do the hard work of taking that painful energy and looking at it and, the world, and seeing how you can repurpose it or use it as a source of information or inspiration rather than letting it pull you down. Okay, yes, and like I said, hard work. That's hard. It's not easy. And nobody expects you to suddenly change everything all at once. But make it a mission, and this is your future timeline. Tell me more for Cancer. Yeah. Okay, amazing. I'm just going to jump to the conclusion. We have the Tower and the Page of Swords, seeing things for what they are. Okay? This is what Spirit's saying you're accomplishing right now. And again, I want to emphasize to you, not everybody can see things for what they are. They just can't. They're too wrapped up in their own illusions, their own wounds, or their lack of comprehension, their lack of understanding that there could be something that they haven't considered that is real. And you, my friend, are strong and brave enough to consider something that shifts your foundation and is a little bit of a shakeup in your energy and in your mind. It's like, whoa, I didn't consider that before. Or what if it really was that and I haven't wanted to see that or look at that? And the moment that happens for you, the moment that that realization arrives, you're free. Okay, this is one of the biggest feats in life, to see things for what they are. Okay, it's a big success. Okay, let me go through your cards. 10 of Cups for your overall energy. Tell me more about this for Cancer. 10 of Cups. Now, I am seeing another storyline here. It's very specific, so it won't be for all of you, but some of you could have lost someone. They passed. And it feels like a betrayal, maybe a betrayal from spirit, or I don't know how you feel betrayed, but there's a sense of wrongdoing here for this loss. Maybe it's a stage of grief you're in, or maybe there was actually something that happened that was a real betrayal, okay? And Spirit's saying, the High Priestess, you are definitely making an important discovery about this. And it has to do with life and death. It has to do with shadow and light. It has to do with your own intuition and your connection to the other side. And for understanding something in a larger capacity. Okay, it's like when you face death, when you experience it, whether it's metaphorical or actual, but usually when it's actual, you have a key that others who don't experience death in their life, or don't want to deal with the idea of death in their life, don't have. Okay, and that key is important because it gives you meaning and context to what it means to being alive. Okay, so even though death is a rude awakening and scary and existential and painful, and we lose people or animals and we have that loss in our heart, that grief in our heart, it really shows us something about energy, about connection beyond dimensions and realms, between our own mortality and the afterlife. You know, we learn a lot. Okay, so that's for someone. So tell me about the 10 of Cups. Now, this doesn't sound like somebody who is in the throes of despair. 10 of Cups for your overall energy. This is amazing. This is really an optimistic energy here. So let's see. Maybe this is what happens once somebody expresses how they actually feel or their emotions. The Sun. This is hope. Cancer. I'm hearing get out your tapping shoes, your tap shoes. Is that what they call them? Tapping shoes? Tap dance shoes? Get them out. Okay? Wow. This is unbelievable growth. But you see these cups in the 10 of Cups. See this? The 10 of Cups card in this deck. Reverse, upright, it looks exactly the same. As above, so below. There's an understanding here that there are times of happiness and there are times of grief. There is life, there is death, there's the conscious realm, there's the subconscious, there's the underworld, there's the here and now, there's the cold and there's the summer, the moon and the sun, okay? So there's a lot of understanding that you have about duality. And I want to tell you that this understanding, this mastery of information that you have now at your fingertips and in your soul has come from your ability to work through a very difficult betrayal and not run from it, not focus on other people and what they've done and how they're so wrong. It's true, that could have been the case, but to look more at how this has impacted you and what you're going to do about it, or what you're going to create from it. So, Cancer, this is amazing. And it's serious. Okay, the vibe is serious here. Even with the 10 of Cups and the Sun, Spirit's like, no, you really need to know this. You really need to sit down for a second and say, holy cow, holy cow. Look at what I've been through. And I'm still here. And I'm still going. And I still have ideas of what the future could be like. I still have a little bit of hope in my heart, if not a whole bunch, depending on where you are. And you do, because you're here. I've been able to reconnect with myself at the most vulnerable level, look at things that scare the heck out of me, and not give up on love. Not really. Now, you may not want a romantic partner at this moment. Maybe you do. Maybe you have one already. But what I mean by not giving up on love is not giving up on that creative energy that connects you to other things in the world through a frequency of authenticity. Okay? I don't know how else to say it, but there's a pure connection that you have with other beings in the world, whether that's animals, plants, even materials that you're going to create something with, other people, future visions, spirits. There's an authentic, pure connection that you have that can only exist if you really have faith in love. Okay, 2 of Pentacles for what you don't see coming. Beautiful, again, the balance. I saw 26. There is incredible balance coming in for you, and you don't see that coming. Now, I also feel like in regards to this other person, and this feels, the reason why this other person is coming through is, yes, the betrayal. Obviously, you were betrayed by someone, maybe yourself too, but this energy, when I look at this card, this really feels like someone else to me. It's just giving me that feeling. So what you don't see coming is you could understand 2 sides to a story, or you're finally able to witness somebody's process or somebody's emotions. You've witnessed your own. You've processed your own, you're working through that, you're dealing with something, and it's like a mirror, right? Now that you're able to do that, it's mirrored back to you by you witnessing another. Okay, someone is honest with you. They are. It might not be coming through in words, but it's their energy shows up honestly. Okay, and I don't know if, well, spirits told me you get satisfaction from seeing this or hearing something. Maybe what they say or what they express is not the best thing, but you're still satisfied to see the truth. Okay? So let's see more about this 2 of Pentacles for Cancers. What's going on here? 3 of Swords. Yes. These cards fell out too. 6 of Cups, there's the past, and Justice. Yeah, absolutely. This is the message for you, Cancer. I have no doubts about it. The betrayal, the pain from the past, it was a big web of strange things, okay? You really had to sort through your mind and your emotion. There's justice coming through. There's rebalancing coming through. And you're not seeing that coming. And this is, something has faded, right? So you may feel far removed from this. And here it comes, the past that's faded. You make an important discovery, something is shown to you, and it's like the energy gets rebalanced, okay? Now, this isn't something you've been, maybe at one point you were waiting for this to happen, but you're not waiting anymore. Okay, or when you get to this point of like, it's fading now. It's not that it comes back and it hurts you again. That's not the energy. It's like something comes up that was like really pushed down by you or another, and it's like, it closes something out. It allows you to witness something you've wanted to see, okay? That's what I'm getting. 9 of Wands, yeah, like, you've really wanted to see something here, and you're going to, okay? So your opportunity is the 6 of Swords. I feel like this fading out energy is still important. How do I say that? Tell me more about the Six of Swords. Like Six of Swords, moving to calmer waters, mentally detaching, clearing your mind, death, and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, it's like the fight, the battle is finally over. Okay? The energetic battle, the energetic exhaustion, the energetic resilience. So Spirit's asking you to be brave, not because you're going back into battle, but because the closure is here, the end is here. Why be brave? Why? 10 of Wands. Because it might feel strange or uncomfortable to suddenly drop all this weight that you've been carrying. You may feel like, no, I need to keep carrying this. I need to keep carrying it. You know, sometimes in real grief, when someone dies, we get to a point of where the pain starts to fade. It never really goes away, but it definitely changes its intensity, right? And what it means to us, its resonance. And sometimes when it begins to fade, there's a little bit of fear that creeps in, like, oh my God, that fear that I would never remember their voice, or never remember how they smelled, or never remember how their fur felt if it's your fur baby. You know, like that fear can start to come up, and you might be like, no, I need to stay in grief so I remember this because I don't want to forget it. Maybe this is what you need to be brave with, and Spirit's saying, let that transmutation happen. There's something to discover. That those memories or those significant little details, they are useful, but maybe they're not always meant to stay alive. You know what I mean? Wow. So your opportunity is closure here. 100%. And clearing your mind too. This helps really clear your mind. You're breaking out of this the karmic web, right? The Six of Cups, look at that, the web in the past here. Now, I also feel like part of the message here is not to rescue someone. Whoever this is that's expressing their emotions to you or showing you something, in whatever way it comes out, I feel like Spirit is saying the opportunity is to respond or receive it in the energy of the Six of Swords, which is very calm, cool, collected, not panicked, not feeling pulled in by someone, and responsible for their emotions or whatever's happening, but rather to keep it at a distance with your boundaries in place. Okay, but still witnessing it all the same. Okay, that's important. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is coming through as the challenge. This is a individual energy, independent. It is success. It's reminding me of the success in the horse. And maybe the challenge here is to remember that you are at the stage of the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. But Nine of Pentacles is autonomy and success that you've built by yourself. So tell me more about this Nine of Pentacles for the challenge. Some of you are alone, or you're experiencing doing something on your own for the very first time. Could be financial, could be anything. And that's the challenge, the Magician and the Knight of Swords. I forget what this deck is called. I think it's called the Lumina Tarot. Okay. I don't have the box anymore, so I can't remember. The Magician and the Knight of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this is Spirit saying, I'm getting that you fully mastered something and that you're able to make something happen. also be very aware of your thoughts and your words, because they do create reality. What is this? Seeing something for what it is. There's some challenge I'm not getting to here. What is this challenge? Can you tell me, Spirit? What's the challenge? Coming together. Yin and yang. Perhaps there's a reconciliation. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not for all of you, clarity of mind. For some of you, it's just you're getting clarity of mind. For others of you, there could be a reconciliation. But it's still all the same. It still comes from keeping your boundaries, staying at a little bit of a mental distance so you can have clarity of mind of what you're seeing and what you're hearing and what you're witnessing. Maintaining your freedom, even if you're trying to manifest coming back together with someone or something. There's some autonomy you need to keep, okay? So there could be being yourself is sacred. Yeah, not to kind of melt into someone else. Interesting, the ice cream again. Melt into someone else, but rather to be your own entity, okay? Be clear about what you want. So for some of you, there's a reconciliation available if you want it. Now, if you're screaming at the screen and saying you hate the bastard and you want nothing to do with her or him or them or whatever, then just don't take that part of the message, okay? You are in control of your life. So the world for your advice. Mastery, closure. Now I'm noticing Saturn here prominently on the card, which is a planet of restriction, karma, and time. So let me see. Well, this is the karmic cycle closing. That's the advice, is to close a karmic cycle. So even if you do come together and reconcile with someone, there needs to be a new cycle that gets launched, right? Not a reopening of an old cycle of betrayal. Now, this coming together, if it's not reconciliation, then it's a coming together, as I said before, an understanding of the sun and the moon, the yin and the yang, the balance, the life and the death. It's like as above, so below. You realize the duality and polarities that exist in life and how they come together to teach you certain lessons. Everything is coming together for you if you allow it. Okay, the world for the advice, Spirit. I'll take you. Ace of Cups. What's this, Cancer? An 11th cup on top of your 10. I like it. Maybe 1111 is a significant number for you in particular. Something new. Something fulfilling, creative, loving, exciting after this karmic cycle closes. So tell me more about this, Spirit. What do we got here with the Ace of Cups? Celebrate little things. Take a field trip. Ooh, if there is a trip coming up or an invite somewhere, go. Ace of Cups. If you've been thinking I need to get away for a night, a day, a couple hours, I need to go travel somewhere, or whatever this trip means to you, or I need, I don't know if I want to go to that dinner party, but maybe I should go. There's something waiting for you there. It could be a person that you meet. It could be an opportunity that's offered to you. It could just be a revitalization of your energy, the sense of possibility. Celebrate the little things. And I do feel like Spirit wants you to do this. Okay? You've come a long way. That's evident. I could feel in the energy. It's been a while since I've actually felt this energy in a sign reading. This energy of healing, or like healed. I want to say healed. This energy of healed. It's been a while, okay? Accomplishment, real soul shifting accomplishment that Spirit is so happy about, okay? And Spirit wants you to celebrate this. Wow. Cancer. Never forget to celebrate yourself and everything you've done. Okay, and make it special. Not just I'll order pizza tonight. Make it special. Cook yourself a 5-course meal. I don't know. Take yourself out. Do something special. Buy that little thing that you've wanted for yourself as a marker of your closing out of this very difficult karmic cycle. Okay, some of you might buy a piece of jewelry or something that just signifies the end. And that's really powerful when you purchase something with that intention or you wear something with that intention. Okay. The outcome, as I said before, I'm also going to do an extended reading. In the extended, we're going to go a layer deeper. We're going to see what else wants to come through. I'm not sure what that's going to be, if we're going to switch tracks, I don't know where we're going to go, because I feel like this is a complete message for someone, for sure. Okay, so if you feel like you don't want to go to the extended or you don't like that idea, then be okay with it not going, because I do feel like this is quite a complete message. I actually am going to pull a card for those of you who are considering the extended, just to see kind of maybe where we're going to go, because I don't know yet. But the Page of Swords for your outcome, this is seeing things for what they are. So yeah, let's get a little animal card here. So tell me more about this. Ooh, the spider, the web, the karmic web, seeing the karma and how you weave your own karmic destiny. Okay, you do. And a lot of spiders, once a web is no longer working, they've caught all the things they need to catch in it, or things have broken down, the wind has come, blowing it out, or, it's just not a good place for it to exist anymore. They move on and they go spin a new web. They weave a new energetic web. You weave a new energetic web for yourself. And that's what Spirit's telling you here. You understand the karmic web and you're ready to create a new cycle for yourself. All right, Cancer. Let's get a card for those of you who are interested in the extended. I don't know what this is going to tell me, but I just feel guided. Yin energy. Ooh, this is creativity. It's going inwards. Let's get one more. Working with your yin energy, which is intuition. It's High Priestess vibes. And balance. Olive tree. Oh, the olive branch. Someone extending an olive branch. Yeah, and I feel like that's the expression from this person. It's very yin. Even if it comes out as anger or something like that, it's like the emotional, the visibility of the emotion is in the yin energy. It's vulnerable. And it's an olive branch of some sort, okay? So that's what I have for you, Cancer. I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.